The day they left her with nothing, Lorraine thought she knew what heartbreak felt like. She had survived disappointment, loneliness, and years of being taken for granted. But nothing could have prepared her for the envelope sitting on her kitchen table. She reached for it with trembling hands, a cold dread rising in her chest. The clock on the wall seemed to slow down with every passing second. "Michael, what is this?" "Open it." His voice was flat. No emotion, no guilt, no fear. Just cold silence. "Petition for dissolution of marriage?" "I want a divorce." 37 years of marriage disappeared in one sentence. Is this some kind of joke? No. After everything? After 37 years? I haven't been happy in years. The word years cut deeper than the word divorce. Who is she? Jennifer. Lorraine's breath caught in her throat. Jennifer Harper, her best friend. The woman who ate at her table, the woman she trusted with her secrets. No, not Jennifer. I'm sorry. You'll need to move out by the end of the month. Move out? This is my home too. The house is in my name. And with that, Michael picked up his keys and walked out. Lorraine sat frozen. The kitchen clock ticked louder than it ever had before. She was a stranger in her own home. Then her phone rang. "Jennifer? You have some nerve calling me." "Lorraine, please listen." "Listen? To what? To how you stole my husband? I never meant for it to happen." That is what every guilty woman says when she gets caught. There's something you don't know. Michael is not who you think he is. Apparently neither are you. He's hiding something, something big. Lorraine almost hung up, but Jennifer's voice trembled. Jennifer Harper was not a woman who scared easily. What is he hiding? Money, documents, and maybe another woman. Another woman? I think he used me too. The next morning, Lorraine called her daughters. She expected comfort. She expected outrage. Instead, Ava arrived with folded arms and judgment in her eyes. Maya followed quietly behind her. "Dad told us everything." "Everything?" "He said you've been bitter for years." "I gave that man my life." "Maybe that's the problem, Mom. You always act like everyone owes you something." "Ava, stop." "Maya, you believe him too?" "I don't know what to believe." That hurt worse than Michael leaving. Children were supposed to know your heart. Dad said the house is his. Maybe it's better if you leave peacefully. Don't make this ugly. Ava, your father left me for my best friend. Maybe Jennifer makes him happy. Lorraine stared at her daughter like she was seeing a stranger. I hope one day happiness does not come at the cost of destroying you. Mom. No. I understand now. She was not just losing a husband. She was losing a family. She turned back into the empty house, the weight of her solitude pressing down on her. That night, Lorraine packed her life into cardboard boxes. 37 years reduced to clothes, old photos, and things nobody else wanted. She picked up her wedding picture. Michael was smiling. She was smiling. Back then, she believed love meant forever. Sometimes forever ends quietly while you are still trying to save it. What happened to us? Then she noticed something behind the old photo frame. A folded piece of paper, a bank statement. Not from their joint account. From an account she had never seen before. Balance, $486,000. Lorraine's hands began to shake. Michael, what have you done? She realized her entire marriage was a lie built on secrets. Lorraine did not sleep. She searched through drawers, old files, tax folders, insurance papers. By sunrise, she had found 3 things: a hidden bank account, a property deed in another county, and a life insurance policy naming someone else as beneficiary. No. No, no, no. Michael had not simply left her. He had planned this. For months, maybe years. Then came another discovery. A company name Lorraine had never heard before. Walker Hale Holdings. And one signature that did not belong to Michael. Victor Hale. She realized she needed professional help to untangle this mess. By noon, Lorraine sat across from attorney Elaine Bennett. She expected bad news. She had gotten used to bad news. But attorney Bennett did not look discouraged. She looked interested. Mrs. Walker, did your husband disclose this account during the divorce filing? No. Then he has a problem. I thought the house was only in his name. The deed may be in his name. But if marital funds maintained it, you may still have a claim. So I'm not completely powerless? No, Mrs. Walker, you are not powerless. Lorraine felt something she had not felt in days. Air. But I need to warn you. Men who hide this much usually hide more. Then we find it. Are you ready for that? I spent 37 years being loyal to a man who was lying to me. I am ready now. Lorraine agreed to meet Jennifer once. Not for forgiveness, for answers. Jennifer looked terrible. No makeup, red eyes, hands trembling around a coffee cup. You have 10 minutes. Michael told me your marriage was over. That makes betrayal easier? No, nothing makes it easier. Then why? Because I was lonely, because I was stupid, because I believed him. And now? Now I think he used me too. For what? He asked me to sign papers. He said they were for a business investment. Did you read them? Jennifer, I know. Jennifer slid a folder across the table. I copied everything. Why give this to me? Because yesterday, I heard him on the phone. He said, once Lorraine is out, Jennifer is next. Lorraine opened the folder. Inside was the name Victor Hale again, and a photo of a woman Lorraine had never seen before. A younger woman, standing beside Michael, holding a baby. Lorraine's heart stopped. This was the other family Jennifer mentioned. She realized she needed to see this for herself. Lorraine followed the address in the folder. A small house on a quiet street. At 6:12 p.m., Michael arrived. Lorraine's heart pounded. Then the front door opened. A little boy ran into Michael's arms. Daddy. Daddy. One word, one final betrayal. Lorraine gripped the steering wheel so tightly her fingers ached. Michael had not just betrayed his wife, he had built another life. 37 years. But this time, Lorraine did not cry. She took pictures. She captured every smile, every hug, every piece of evidence she needed to destroy him. Then she drove straight to Attorney Bennett. She was no longer the victim. She was the architect of his downfall. Michael thought Lorraine would disappear quietly. He forgot one thing. He had taught her how to survive neglect. Now she was learning how to fight. Mr. Walker, we are requesting full financial disclosure, including all hidden accounts, business holdings, and property deeds. This is ridiculous. We also have evidence of undisclosed assets and possible marital fraud. Lorraine put you up to this? No, Michael. You did. You don't know what you're doing. That used to work on me. What? Making me feel small, confused, afraid. It used to work. Michael's face changed. For the first time, he realized Lorraine was no longer begging. She was watching, and she had receipts. 3 days later, Ava and Maya came to Lorraine's temporary apartment. Ava looked smaller somehow, less certain. Maya had been crying. Mom, we're sorry. For what exactly? Dad lied to us. Yes, he did. He said you were trying to ruin him. I was trying to survive him. We didn't know about the other woman, or the child. You didn't ask me. I know. You judged me before you heard me. I was wrong. Lorraine wanted to hug them, to pretend the words had never been spoken. But healing is not pretending. Healing is telling the truth without letting it destroy you. I love you both, but you hurt me. Can we fix it? Maybe, but not today. Lorraine expected Victor Hale to be another villain. She was wrong. Victor Hale was calm, polished, and strangely kind. Mrs. Walker, I wondered when you would find me. You know who I am? Yes, and I owe you an apology. For what? Your husband used my company name to move money. When I discovered it, I began gathering records. Why didn't you come forward? Because I needed proof. Victor placed a flash drive on the table. This contains transfers, emails, contracts, and signatures. Why give this to me? Because a woman who gave 37 years deserves more than betrayal. Lorraine looked at the flash drive. She was taking control. The wheels of justice began to turn with a slow, relentless force. Michael Walker walked into court with a confidence that was starting to crumble. Lorraine stood by her attorney, her face a mask of ironclad resolve. The evidence against Michael was overwhelming and undeniable. Every secret he tried to hide was laid bare for the world to see. The hidden accounts were exposed in a series of shocking revelations. The property was divided with a clinical and uncompromising precision. The business fraud investigation had begun to gather its own momentum. Michael Walker's pride was shattered as his lies were systematically dismantled. He looked small and defeated in the harsh glare of the legal proceedings. Jennifer lost Michael the same way she got him. Through lies and a fundamental lack of trust and honesty. She sat alone in her apartment, the silence a heavy and suffocating presence. The realization of her own betrayal and its consequences began to sink in. She was a ghost in the life she had tried to steal from her friend. Ava and Maya slowly rebuilt trust with their mother. Not perfectly, not quickly, but honestly and with a new understanding. They spent long afternoons talking, sharing their hurts and their hopes. The air between them began to feel lighter and more genuine. A new family dynamic was emerging from the ashes of the old one. And Lorraine? Lorraine bought a small house with yellow curtains. A garden out back where she could tend to her flowers and her soul. And a front porch where she drank coffee every morning in peace. The silence of her new life was not empty, it was full of herself. She was the queen of her own quiet and beautiful kingdom. One evening, she found the old wedding photo at the bottom of a box. She stared at it for a long moment, her eyes full of a new wisdom. Then she smiled, not because she missed him, but because she was free. But because she finally understood, he had not left her with nothing. He had left her with herself. I lost a husband, I lost a home, I lost the life I thought I had. But I found the woman I forgot I was. A woman who is strong, resilient, and capable of anything. a woman who knows her own worth and will never settle for less. She watched the sun disappear, her heart full of a quiet and powerful joy. And sometimes, the woman who walks away with nothing becomes the woman who finally owns everything. The story of Lorraine Walker was one of betrayal, but also of a profound redemption. She proved that the human spirit can never be truly broken by lies and deceit. She walked into the light of her new day, her head held high and her soul at peace. The end of one chapter and the beautiful beginning of another. Lorraine Walker's name faded into the sunlight, her legacy one of strength and resilience. The screen faded to black, leaving the audience with a sense of hope and empowerment. The day they left her with nothing, a story of the woman who found everything. The end.